My name is Karma, and I'm a VTuber. And I'm the VTuber pilot. Nice to meet you. I previously made a video talking about how I'm a VTuber who loves VTubers. A lot of the reason is because I started out as a face cam streamer, but I thought it would be really important to go over how my love for VTubers and the first few that I was introduced to have now introduced me to a whole other culture and a bunch of other VTubers who I'm really excited to be slowly getting used to understanding them and appreciating where VTubing has originated from, and I thought it would be really great to share a video going over that. I don't know what VTubers and what I guess it looks like what it you search for them on YouTube, right? I'm sure most people do, and here we are, right? This is the Twitch VTuber tag in the morning when I wake up. A lot of them have a different language in their title. You can see it straight up. It's really cool and interesting because you look up a bunch of other tags on Twitch and you don't see this sort of diversity, right? This was basically sort of the start of the rabbit hole that I went down here when I started finding people who spoke primarily Japanese. There are some Korean and Chinese speaking VTubers that I enjoy as well. A few VTubers that I want to sort of highlight as the ones who have become my favorite, that I watch a lot, and I kind of want to I just want to share how many channel points I have in their channel. I probably watch these Japanese VTubers a bit more than the English VTubers since they're on during the morning right when I wake up and stuff like that. But I can't tell you as much about these Japanese VTubers as I could about the English VTubers I watch, simply because I don't have a full understanding of the language yet. I'm working on it. But I've been only self-teaching for almost 2 years now, so approaching a language that does not use the English alphabetical system, and I have been slowly introducing myself to trying to memorize hiragana and katakana, and then I'll be moving on to kanji, and I'm hoping that if I try to teach myself to read the Japanese, it will help me learn it faster. As far as the Japanese VTubers who are my favorites, the one that I find myself watching the most, she plays a lot of games that I really enjoy myself. And if I don't enjoy them myself, I really just enjoy watching other people play them. And also the games that she plays in particular, a lot of them, they help me because the terminology and the things that you say while you're playing that game, and if you're playing it with friends, is quite easy to understand, especially if the sentences are being kept short. For instance, I really like watching people who speak Japanese play Valorant. I don't play Valorant. However, I've watched enough people who speak English, who are friends of mine and stuff, who play Valorant, and there's a lot of quips, like voice lines from the characters, and then also things that streamers say, like little one-liners and stuff like that. And it's just really cool to watch people play. You know, she's been playing Street Fighter, she's been playing Rust, and a lot of these games really help me because the gaming terms kind of easily translate in my head. When I can pick them up, I hear something and I'm like, oh wait, I know what that is. I know what they're saying. So yes, Karubi, Akami Karubi, I literally have 110,000 channel points. I don't know if you can see that or whatever. Down here, 110,966, because I don't use them or anything like that. I don't really talk in the chat. She's definitely one of my favorites. I really love chilling and watching Karubi streams. Another one of my favorites. Unfortunately, she just went offline. I just missed her. I wanted to try to have her stream pulled up when she went live. Tamamochi Kazuyo. If I am butchering any of this, I'm sorry, by the way. I'm still learning. But I love Tamamochi. I love watching her streams. She is just like really silly and funny. I can tell by like the personality that kind of emanates from her. Um, and again, she plays a lot of the same games that Karubi plays, and I don't know what it is. I just really love the vibes of her stream, and I have like almost 50,000 channel points. I have 49,164, and it's just so silly to me how many channel points I have in some of these people's streams who speak a language I could only pull a few words from if I'm lucky, you know? So I'm just really thankful. I feel like Twitch has become such a tool for me to start appreciating people like this who are, I'm assuming, on the complete other side of the planet from me. And if not, just simply, it's a completely different culture. And I have come to really appreciate it in such a manner that allows me to sort of slowly teach myself how to understand it, and it's incorporated into my everyday life. Um, my main goal with it is I'm so excited at some point to be able to sit here and not only understand streamers like Tamamochi and Karubi, but I want to also be able to interact in the chat. I want to be able to know what these people are saying. I want to be able to type something myself, you know? So it's going to be a process, it's going to be a journey. And I feel like some people are probably wondering, you know, they see the translations at the top of the screen, right? The whole YouTube video, I'll leave that below in the description if you're wondering about it and stuff like that. I'll leave want this Google API script thing that I use, and you can use it to translate any languages, by the way. I also have it translating to Chinese underneath as well. To put 3 different languages into this sort of Google script thing. I just wanted to, scrolling down here, it's gonna mess up the chroma key, but yeah, you're able to put a max of 3 different languages. So I decided to put all 3. You could just use this for the English subtitles. You don't need to have it translating a language underneath if you want to have those on-screen subtitles. Not super accurate. It's trying to translate in real time based off of Google Translate, and we all know Google Translate isn't the most accurate. I have an issue keeping up with if you speak really fast and fluently, as I do in the main language, because then translating that really quickly while also providing subtitles, it's a lot. I'm even amazed it does anything. It helps when someone is keeping their conversations very short, when they're saying like, oh, I missed that, where do I go, I think I can take on this fight, yay, I did it, right? Like, so things like that will get translated pretty easily, and I feel like that those one-liners is often what people are saying if they are, especially, are not in a voice chat with other streamers or people, whatever, when they're streaming. So when I see, especially any Japanese VTubers who use this on-screen translation, and if they're playing like a single player game, it is really helpful. And do you know what I have also done? I have turned my computer speakers up really high so that the sound coming through the speakers feeds through my microphone. This is some like really big brain move here. And in order to understand some of what Karubi and Tamamochi and some other Japanese VTubers while I'm watching them. The feed through my microphone, I swap this language translation thing to pick up Japanese and translate to English. So I use the same thing to sometimes know what my favorite streamers are actually saying. And that is also how it has helped me as a sort of reference for my learning. As I'm sitting there and I'll be listening to them and I'm like, I think I know what they're talking about. Like, I think I know what's going on, like what's being said. And then I'll turn my computer speakers up and I'll swap the languages. And then I kind of get like half of the combo, you know, that I also wanted to share. Just in case anyone could give me any advice about what sort of literacy to sort of be using. So I found these books and people at the bookstore told me that they were a good recommendation, but I don't know if they know what they're talking about. So the reason I ask is because I know with learning other languages, you get told by people to stay away from certain apps and other forms of teaching and things like that, because some things are outdated, some things are just not very accurate. This one is called Japanese for Fun. It's a phrase book and dictionary. There's like a lot of like little dialogue sequences, and that is what has been helping me a lot, because then also they have it written out in the like hiragana, katakana, simple kanji, and stuff like that. Sometimes they'll have little drawings, manga. So that's really been helping me. And so I really like that. This one's my favorite. This one I use a lot. This one is a Japanese picture dictionary. So this one has been like super helpful because I definitely like when I see things and then like I can start putting hiragana and katakana and kanji to them and stuff like that. And like there's just so many different things, but I just wonder how accurate. So, you know, like that's the thing. I don't have someone to like double check with and be like, "Hey, do you know if this is right?" Uh So, I may need to double check on these and get more people's recommendations on things to use. Other YouTube pages that I've used that also really help me are absolute huge shout out to Japanese Ammo with Misa. The way that she explains a lot of things, like the sentence structuring and, you know, different ways to say things, like it something that means the same thing but different ways to say it, that is so helpful to me, being able to recognize those things and the way she pronounces it and everything like that. The other one, this one, they've helped me a lot with the hiragana and katakana. I have gone through a lot of their videos just to start. I felt my brain just sort of sizzling and nothing was really sticking. And then I started watching a lot of these videos and I paired that with flashcards that I got. That has helped me a lot. That eventually one day I can become quite fluent in this amazing language. I haven't found myself so committed before, because when I was younger, I've always been interested in language. In school, you know, like I apparently was ahead of my grades all the time, and my teachers were always like, "Oh, wow, you know, you're so smart and you can write essays so fast." And You can type so I literally, like, I don't know what it is. I anything you can give me a topic about pretty much anything, and I could write a 5-paragraph essay about it in about 5 minutes. Say about dinosaurs, give me 5 minutes. I guess it's a superpower, something like that. But like I feel like most kids in school, a lot of people really dreaded essays and stuff, and I enjoyed writing things. And reading, obviously, but I did not enjoy the reading as much as I enjoyed the writing. It was really weird because I feel like a lot of people are like the opposite. Anyways, so due to that, I at some point in my life became interested in like Italian and Spanish, but I just ended up giving up. I think at the end of the day, for me, I do really appreciate those cultures and everything like that, but I just didn't immerse myself and I didn't have the tools. So many things that I can appreciate and admire and enjoy in my everyday life, that I can just simply listen to it in Japanese. I don't know any Japanese speaking people, and I don't know any, and I don't, quite frankly, I don't leave my house much. So I have friends who are really bilingual, and if I do, they speak like Spanish or something like that. So yeah, I just don't have any Japanese speaking friends. However, I kind of feel like I have filled that void with watching a bunch of Japanese speaking VTubers. And yeah, in the next 5 years, I really hope that I will be able to fully grasp this language in a way that when I tell you more about them, besides where to find their channel at and how many channel points I have and how much I really enjoy watching their stream and what games they play, because that's it. Throughout my life, if you watch my other video, like I said, I mentioned things like Vocaloids and so many influences in my life from the Japanese culture. I would love to visit one day as well, and I do not want to allow myself to visit a country unless I know how to speak their language. Appropriate to just kind of be like, oh wow, love culture so much, consume all, learn nothing. I feel like a lot of people do that. And I'm really respectful in that manner, and I think that is something that a lot of Japanese people may agree with, that they also too, like, it's a respect thing, and so I respect y'all. And I'm looking forward to furthering my knowledge of Japanese so that I know how to further respect the culture. And yeah, explaining why you might see a lot of Japanese references throughout my content, and translations. No, I am not Japanese myself. I am just really appreciative of it, and I really do hope to be fluent one day. 5-year goal. So I hope, I started when I was 25 years old. I'm now 26. Like I said, almost 2 years I have been sort of self-teaching and trying to learn how to read, write, and speak Japanese, the hiragana, katakana, the kanji. It's a lot. At some point, when I become fluent with Japanese, I definitely want to move on to Mandarin Chinese. Not only do I aspire to be bilingual, yeah, I want to be multilingual. I want to speak a bunch of languages, at least 3 in my lifetime. I really do. That's a huge goal for me. So hopefully when I'm like older, like way older, I'm not going to try to put too much on my shoulders, but maybe when I'm double the age I am now, I would hope that I could speak like 3 different languages fluently, because I feel like that is a really good goal for someone to have in their life. That is something that you can work on slowly, and I just feel like it really builds character to sort of appreciate other cultures that are completely different than your own and honor them in such a way to be able to communicate with them so that you can fully understand them and enjoy them. thank you so much. I really appreciate if you took the time to watch this. And yeah, VTubers are awesome. Yay!